Alyssa Thomas and company. One step closer to finals as Napheesa Collier ruled out for Game 4. The WNBA playoffs have reached a fever pitch, and the Eastern Conference semifinal series between the Connecticut Sun and the Minnesota Lynx has taken a dramatic turn. Heading into a pivotal Game 4, the Lynx have been dealt a crushing blow. Their superstar forward Napheesa Collier has been ruled out due to injury. The announcement has shifted the tone of the series, tilting momentum firmly toward Alyssa Thomas and the Connecticut Sun, who now find themselves just one step away from punching their ticket to the finals. The absence of Collier, Minnesota's anchor on both ends of the floor, cannot be understated. She has been the heartbeat of the Lynx all season, shouldering the offensive load, setting the defensive tone, and providing leadership to a relatively young roster. Losing her presence in such a high-stakes game is not only a tactical setback but also a psychological one. For the Sun, however, this development presents a golden opportunity to capitalize, end the series, and avoid a dangerous Game 5 back on their home court. The impact of Napheesa Collier's absence. Collier's injury comes at the worst possible time for Minnesota. She has been averaging over 20 points and double-digit rebounds in the postseason, often carrying the Lynx through tough stretches when their offense sputtered. In this series, she has been their most consistent and reliable weapon, whether battling in the paint, creating mid-range opportunities, or forcing turnovers that led to transition chances. Without her, the Lynx face a daunting task. Their offense has largely revolved around her ability to draw double teams and create space for perimeter shooters. Defensively, her length and instincts have allowed Minnesota to neutralize opposing stars, making every possession a grind for their opponents. Without Collier patrolling the floor, the Suns' dynamic frontcourt led by Alyssa Thomas will have a clearer path to dominate the game inside. The psychological weight of her absence could also be enormous. Minnesota entered the postseason with aspirations of being a dark horse contender, but without their leader, the rest of the roster will have to step into roles that may feel too big, too soon. For veterans like Kayla McBride and young stars like Diamond Miller, this will be the ultimate test of resilience. Alyssa Thomas's commanding presence. If the Lynx are reeling, the Sun are smelling blood in the water. Alyssa Thomas, widely regarded as one of the most versatile players in league history, has already been dictating the pace of this series. Known for her triple-double potential on any given night, Thomas has been everywhere on the court, grabbing rebounds, facilitating offense, pressuring ball handlers, and attacking the basket with her trademark physicality. Game 4 provides her with the perfect opportunity to showcase her dominance without Collier's resistance. With Minnesota's best defender sidelined, Thomas will have more room to operate in the paint. Her ability to exploit mismatches and punish smaller defenders will likely be a major storyline. Beyond her on-court skills, her leadership and relentless energy give Connecticut an edge in motivation and confidence. For years, Thomas has been the Suns' emotional engine. This playoff run has only underscored her importance, as she continues to push her team to exceed expectations despite critics doubting their championship window. With the finals now within reach, Thomas seems determined to ensure the Sun seize the opportunity. A battle of adjustments. With Collier sidelined, the chess match between the two coaching staffs takes on new dimensions. Minnesota's coaching staff will have to reimagine their rotation, finding ways to fill a gap that realistically cannot be filled. The most likely scenario involves spreading the offensive load across several players rather than relying on one individual. Guards like Rachel Banham and Tiffany Mitchell may be asked to take on increased scoring responsibilities, while forwards like Dorka Juhas will need to step up defensively against Thomas and Dewana Bonner. On the other side, Connecticut's approach may shift from a balanced attack to an inside-out strategy designed to overwhelm Minnesota in the paint. Expect them to test Minnesota's rim protection early and often, forcing the Lynx to either collapse defensively, opening up shooters like Natisha Heedman and Tyasha Harris, or allow Thomas and Bonner to feast inside. Game 4 could very well come down to how quickly Minnesota can adapt and whether they can manufacture offense without their primary star. For Connecticut, the challenge will be maintaining focus and not underestimating a desperate opponent. The stakes couldn't be higher. For the Sun, closing out this series in Game 4 carries immense significance. Allowing Minnesota to force a decisive Game 5 would open the door for momentum to swing wildly. In a single elimination setting, anything can happen, and the Lynx, battle-tested and historically resilient, would not be an easy out. Ending things early spares Connecticut both the physical toll of an extended series and the emotional weight of added pressure. Reaching the finals has been a recurring dream for this franchise, which has been one of the league's most consistent playoff contenders over the past decade. Yet a championship has remained elusive. For veterans like Thomas and Bonner, every postseason represents another chance to finally achieve the ultimate goal. A win in Game 4 would put them one step closer to that long-sought title. For Minnesota, the stakes are equally high, but for different reasons. The Lynx are in the midst of a transitional era, trying to forge a new identity after the dynasty years of Maya Moore, Lindsay Whalen, and Sylvia Fowles. Collier has been the cornerstone of that new chapter, and her absence will test how well this group has matured. Even if they ultimately fall short, the experience of battling in this series without their star could accelerate the growth of their younger players. The emotional undertones. Beyond strategy and statistics, there is a deep emotional current running through this series. For Connecticut, the hunger to finally lift a championship banner is driving every possession. This is a team that has endured heartbreak in past postseasons, falling just short despite fielding rosters capable of competing with the league's best. That history fuels their urgency to capitalize on every advantage. For Minnesota, Collier's absence adds an emotional layer of resilience. This is not just about trying to win a basketball game, it's about proving to themselves and the league that they can withstand adversity. Every possession in Game 4 will be a test of character, grit, and collective belief. Teams often rally in the face of such challenges, and while the odds are stacked against them, the Lynx may find strength in unity. Key players to watch. Connecticut Sun. Alyssa Thomas, the centerpiece of the Sun's attack. Expect her to dominate both ends of the floor, with potential for a stat line flirting with a triple-double. DeWanna Bonner, a proven scorer and veteran presence, Bonner's outside shooting and ability to exploit mismatches could prove decisive. Napheesa Heedman, as the primary ball handler, her ability to control tempo and knock down timely shots will be key in preventing Minnesota runs.